Welcome. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family, and we are so delighted that you've welcomed us into your home wherever you are. We would love to hear from you, so send us an email with a question or a comment to jimandjoy@ewtn.com. Well, today our guest is Kimberly Henkel, and today we have Kimberly joining us. She is a foster and adoptive mother to 4 beautiful children. She has founded an outstanding ministry called Springs in the Desert, which is a Catholic infertility ministry. And in conjunction with that, her mission that she started, Springs of Love, which focuses on bringing the good of foster care and adoption to Catholic families. So go to her beautiful website, Springs of Love. It's on EWTN On Demand, or you can go to her website, springsoflove.org. If you go to EWTN On Demand to find her, it's under pro-life.
Yeah, it's EWTN.com/on demand. And when you get to on demand, sometimes there's so many shows over there.
There's so many
Look
shows.
under the pro-life tab.
Category.
And then you'll find it.
Yeah. And so, you know, you're going to be hearing a lot on EWTN about all the things that are happening in this month of January. So we have the March for Life that will be taking place, the Walk for Life West Coast. And the theme for the March for Life is with every woman, for every child. And hopefully locally, they'll be having marches or rallies or masses, and you might want to attend that if you can't make the one on the East Coast or the West Coast. There's lots of things happening in between. Yeah. And we will be having our state march this Saturday here in Birmingham. It's not a march, it's a
9
mass.
o'clock Respect Life Mass at the Cathedral.
At the Cathedral.
Then 10:45 at Planned Parenthood in Birmingham. We invite you to come.
Right, and so it will be a rally and a gathering to pray.
So very important, blessed show today, speaking about those precious children that hundreds of thousands in foster care that are looking to be with someone or to be adopted. The mothers that place these children for adoption, those who receive the child, what the parish can do to support people in this way of foster care and adoption. So many areas, but it's all about God's children. And I pray that we would ask throughout the show, Lord, what would you have me to do? How do I support this movement within the pro-life movement? Foster care, adoption, embracing your children. So plenty more to come. We'll be right back. Please don't go away.
Welcome back. We're at home with Jim and Joy, and today as our guest we have Kimberly Henkel joining us. Now Kimberly is an adoptive mother to 4 beautiful children, and she founded a ministry called Springs in the Desert, which is a Catholic infertility ministry, and in conjunction with that, a mission that she started called Springs of Love, which focuses on bringing the good of foster care and adoption to Catholic families. You can also watch series of Springs of Love on Catholic On Demand, or you could go to our website, springsoflove.org, to find out more. So, well, Kimberly, we are excited to have you here today. And we enjoyed looking at the videos. We went to EWTN.com/on demand. There's a tab, pro-life. You put in pro-life, come down, and there are beautiful videos on Springs of Love, where couples are telling their stories about their infertility, about their adoption process, what it was like for them. And so we want you to tell our family a little bit about your story and how God brought beauty out of all of your ashes.
Thank you. It's so, I mean, thank you so much for having me, because it's such a gift to be able to share this, to share our story, what God has done in our family, and how He's using the heartache and suffering that we went through to just bring so much good in the world. And, you know, I love the way He works, right? It's just, you know, when my husband and I got married, we had graduated from the John Paul II Institute for Studies on Marriage and Family, and we thought we are going to have this big, beautiful Catholic family. That was our dream. And then we just never got pregnant, and it was devastating. It was completely devastating. We did all the things, you know, we did the NAPRA technology, and we were charting, and just nothing was happening. And I mean, that took a toll on our marriage. It really did. And we were, at the time, we couldn't find any sort of ministry to accompany us. We just felt like sort of, is anybody else struggling like this? Because it's such a private suffering, many people don't share. So anyway, I ended up reconnecting with a friend from grad school at a conference, and I shared with her my struggle, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I am too. My husband and I are struggling with infertility, and I've never shared that with anybody." And so it was just so wonderful to find a kindred spirit, somebody going through this who was, you know, as faithful of a Catholic as I was, and, you know, just really trying to find meaning and, like, what does my marriage look like if I can't have children? And so we started really kind of leaning on each other for support. And as our relationship, as our friendship grew, I was invited to write a paper, an academic paper about infertility. I invited her to write it with me, and we wrote this paper, Springs in the Desert. Mm-hmm. And out of that, we were like, well, maybe we should put up a website. And then it turned into this beautiful ministry. It was like this surprise kind of, we weren't setting out to do this, but now we do retreats and around the country, and we offer all this support. So that was this very beautiful fruitfulness that we found. But
that aspect is infertility, streams in the desert.
Springs in the desert, yes.
Streams is pretty good too.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
But you know, the beauty of that is, as you know, you were journeying thinking, I'm the only Catholic woman that's experiencing this. And then in the midst of your misery and your suffering and your sorrow, which sometimes it's like so dark, and it's like, no, there's so much heartache here. But God brought you someone where you had a kindred spirit with, where you could say, well, let's see what I'm going to do. Because as God does, as He always does, He always is looking to bring a greater good out of all of our sorrows. Because that's what He does. He redeems things. Yes. And you're like, Lord, how? And sometimes couples that are infertile, they even curse God. They curse the darkness. Like, this isn't how this is supposed to be, you know. I crossed all the T's, I dotted all the I's, I want to be fruitful and multiply. And God says, well, wait till see what I do with you. So tell us about your husband, Greg, and his journey in this process.
Yeah, it's interesting because men and women grieve infertility differently. Mm-hmm. And he just sort of, you know, started focusing on his job, just getting really involved with that, and just kind of pushed it aside. But as a woman, you know, you have that monthly reminder, it's just, it never goes away. And so I was just constantly reminded of, you know, there's no baby this month, there's no baby coming. And I started pressing him a little bit, like, could we look at another path? Because I'm getting really tired of this path. And I'm tired of trying. I just want to, like, let go and let God do what He wants to do. And could we begin to look into fostering and adopting? And he was, you know, at first he just said, well, let's just keep trying. Let's just keep trying. And I was like, I'm done trying. So finally, I was able to convince him to just, like, go and look into it, like start taking some classes for fostering, just to find out about it. And we began taking the classes, and he says, I mean, it opened up his eyes to this world of need that he had no idea. There are over 400,000 children in foster care, and, you know, that are in need of loving families. And so it kind of started our path. I
want to say something at that point, because I mentioned our watching that particular video on you and your family. And I thought, you know, Greg just made such a great point. You know, there's a lot of questions about, do we do foster care or not, or adoption or not? You know, am I up to that? Who is this child? How does this work? What's going on? And then he said, when I heard 400,000 children are in foster care waiting to be connected with loving parents, I thought to myself, then these are God's children. And I'm so focused on me, which you need to be. You got to ask the questions. But he said, once I got that, these are God's children, and here they are, they need us, then that shifted everything for him. And I think that's really an important insight.
Yeah, it was so amazing. And we waited some time. You know, we went ahead and got licensed, and we waited a while for that first call, and because they did know we wanted to adopt. So we were considered a foster to adopt placement. Okay. So they were looking for children who might be eligible to be adopted. So when they called us for that first child, I mean, I was just overjoyed. I mean, so excited, but my husband was a little nervous. He was just like, what does this mean for our family? Like, are we, because the man is the protector, and, you know, he wanted to protect my heart. And here we're bringing a child in who may not stay, which is a little scary. But it was just a beautiful experience. And I'll tell you, the grace that we both experienced during those first few days when we brought him home, I just was overwhelmed by that sense that this is God's child. I mean, it was so clear to me, and I thought, even if he only stays with us for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, I know that I'm giving him everything he needs. And there was a real peace about that.
And what a beautiful mission that, you know, and so many people are afraid to take that journey, where it's just to do foster care with the option to adopt, because it's such a risk. It's like, wait a minute, I'm going to give my heart, but isn't that what God does? And it's like, just pour your heart into this child, and it may be for 2 months, it may be for 2 years, and then all of a sudden things work out in the courts and he's going back to his birth mother, and then it's like, but nothing is wasted, right?
Absolutely.
But it's, and you grow as a human being. What blossomed inside of you, and what you saw yourself as a woman, it's like, oh, this is the best version of me. I give myself away to another human being.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I grew in that, you know, being a mother. I became a mother, and I began actually looking at everybody younger than me in a more maternal sense, you know, looking out for them. You know, it awakened something in me, and it was amazing. And with Anthony, it was such an amazing gift. We did end up getting to adopt him.
Yes.
So that was unbelievable. And then soon after, we found out about our twin girls that were getting ready. Their grandmother was raising them and was looking for somebody to adopt them. And I was like, we'll take them. And so we ended up bringing in the girls who were just 5 months younger than my son. And so we had triplets all of a sudden, which was very exciting and fun.
Anthony's such a sharing kid. Now, some kids aren't. But I've watched this, and he was just like, he just took them in, his arms around, sharing his little toys and stuff. That's a blessing.
You had a Henkel daycare. I mean, immediately, didn't you?
Henkel Circus.
Yes.
Yes. It was. Yeah. It went from, you know, no children, and just we had this. We bought a home that already had a nursery in it, and it was so sad, right? Because I couldn't look at it anymore. I was just like, close the door.
Right.
And then suddenly we were like bursting at the seams with new life. So that was just such a miraculous, amazing, challenging time, but so, I mean, I was like, how did God do this? Like, how did this happen? So, so when the children were 4 years old, we found out about our little John Paul, and he was in foster care, and we brought him in, and didn't know if we would get to adopt him, and it was great for the kids, I'll tell you, because we had always, as a family, prayed for the needy children, for the children in need of families. We always prayed that. And the children have such a heart for the children, for other children who were like them, who were in that need of a loving family. And we would pray, and we brought John Paul in, and my daughter Zaylee turned to me one day, and she's like, is John Paul a needy kid?
Yeah.
I said, yes, he is. And she's like, we have a needy kid. It was just the sweetest thing. And so they knew that we were taking care of him and hoping and praying for his birth mom to get better so that she could take care of him. So she was in our prayers, and they actually went to visits with me and could see her crying, and they would say, you know, why is JP's mother crying? And I'm like, because she wants to be with him and she's trying so hard, but you know, it's hard. She's had a different life. She's had a really difficult life, and we just wanted to pray and support her. But in the end, we did end up getting to adopt John Paul, which was a joy for us. But again, with adoption, it's always, you know, it's like that bittersweet, because you know that his birth mother isn't going to get to have him back again.
Her arms are empty.
Right, and so our hearts with like Springs of Love are very much with the birth families, the birth mothers, the birth fathers who have lost custody of their children, or chosen that very heroic, brave thing to place their child with another family, which is heartbreaking and devastating. We want to walk with them too, you know, with the foster families, with the adoptive families, with the adoptees, but also with those birth families. Like they are not forgotten. We don't ever want to forget the birth families. We want to honor them. We want to pray for them. We want our children to always understand like how courageous they were to choose life. So
the adoptions that you were able to do through the foster care, are they open adoptions, closed adoptions? How does that work? Is it final? Are you able to have a relationship?
Yeah, every situation is different. So in foster care, the rights of the parents have been terminated against their will. So there usually is not an open adoption because it's not, you know, it wasn't their choice. You know, I went ahead and gave my phone number to John Paul's birth mother and said, please stay in touch, you know, and so we have a beautiful relationship. But with each child, it's different. It depends on the scenario, what's going on with the birth families. Are they healthy? Can they be in a healthy relationship or not? So it's really dependent. But with our twins, you know, we have an open adoption with that, with their birth families, and I mean, their birth family, their birth mom and birth dad and the birth grandparents. You know, a lot of times people forget about the grandparents, but their grandmother is very much a part of our family, and we are very connected with her as well. So it's really beautiful, and it's unexpected, and it's a surprise, and it's more love for the children. So their grandmother is Mima to all of my children. You know, like they all see her. And
So that's your story, and now you're spilling into Springs of Love. How long did Springs of Love take, you know, before you developed it with taking your own children on? Was it happening simultaneously?
Yeah, no.
No?
We were starting Springs in the Desert right when we started adopting. And but as we were going along with Springs in the Desert, we really are trying to help couples grieve the loss of their ability to conceive, and to see that as a legitimate grief. And they need time and space to really to go through that, to suffer that, to be ministered to. And so that's our hope with Springs in the Desert, that they'll get to the point where they will begin to see how God is making them fruitful and find that fruitfulness that God wants for them. So Springs of Love became a separate ministry. You know, so when couples have gone through Springs in the Desert, if they feel perhaps, are we called? You know, we offer a free discernment retreat. We call it Be Not Afraid, because like you said, so many people are very afraid. It's terrifying to think of fostering particularly, but even adoption. You think, will this child ever love me? Will they be pining for their lost family? Will they be feeling like they don't really belong with us? Am I going to feel connected to this child?
Am I going to be able to bond with this child?
Yes, and yeah, so there's a lot of, that's why we wanted to create support and community and discernment and a place for people to really, to hear stories, to see beautiful stories of families who have fostered and adopted.
Where are you doing these discernment retreats? People are hearing about you, you're getting invited in, are you connecting with parishes saying who you are, and some priests are on it and saying, this is really important? I don't know of any discernment retreats regarding foster care and adoption. And it's wonderful that you're doing that.
Yes, well, I know in the Springs in the Desert community, people kept asking me, how do you discern this? How do you discern fostering and adoption? Are we ready? How do we have to stop treatment? And then at that point, we exhaust all of our options there, and then we open up, and they just having trouble navigating that. So, so we just created an online
like a retreat,
a free, like it's a group of videos. So you can go to our website, springsoflove.org, and just register for the Be Not Afraid Foster and Adoption Discernment Retreat. But we are looking at trying to create a retreat like this in dioceses. And we're talking with the Columbus Diocese right now about possibly offering one this year.
Great.
And being able to have those in person. And I was thinking how wonderful if we could do maybe a one-day Springs in the Desert infertility retreat, and then the next day a Springs of
Back to
Love,
back.
so that if couples want to go to both,
Yeah.
they can, or they can just choose one.
Yeah.
But
We're going to take a break at this point and hold you over for the final segment. So much to share. I hope everyone is listening out there, whether you're lay people, deacons, priests, bishop, the whole thing of how can we serve in this most important aspect of the movement itself, foster care, adoption, supporting families. So we'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away. Welcome back. We're continuing our conversation with Dr. Kimberly Henkel and speaking about this greatly important area of God's children and foster care and adoption. And you mentioned a phrase that was kind of like new to me, which was foster care to adopt. And then I guess there's just straight up foster care. And then we have adoption. And so what's the difference between those and what's the benefit?
yes, so some families will get into fostering just to foster.
Right.
But it's funny because they'll get into just foster and then a child will become eligible for adoption. And a lot of times they'll go ahead and adopt the child, right? Because you've already formed this bond and you love this child. But there will be other couples who are really wanting to adopt. And so they can, in many states, they can foster to adopt. And so they say that is their goal up front. So that's what we said in Ohio. So they placed children with us that were more likely to be adoptable. So, so that's an amazing option for people that a lot of times they think it's just too expensive to adopt. You know, adoption agencies today, it can be anywhere from
$30,000 to $60,000.
Yeah, 40. I've even heard up to $80,000. It can be so expensive to adopt, and that can really hold back a lot of people from even looking into it. But we ended up doing foster to adopt, and we didn't pay anything. I mean, the state pays all those fees, so it's quite remarkable that. And I was meeting so many people in my classes who were adopting multiple children. A lot of times they will get one child and then they end up getting a sibling and another sibling, and they end up adopting all of them, which, you know, for the family who's hoping, for the couple who's hoping to have a big family, this isn't a real option for them to be able to do fostering to adopt. And of course, the primary goal of foster care is reunification with the birth family. So you have to understand that that is the goal, and you know, you want to get behind that. You want to pray for the birth family that they can get their act together to be able to have their children. But if that's not possible, and a lot of times it's not. It's just not possible. They need loving families who are going to adopt these children.
Powerful. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Thank God we have tomorrow to unpack this beautiful area more fully. What could be more important than God's children having a family on a more permanent basis? God's children, God in these children, as you do it unto them, you do it unto me. So join us again tomorrow so that you can consider the possibility of foster care and adoption. God bless you and all of your loved ones. Keep it on EWTN. Bye now.